Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, a 2 vs 2 and an Eastern Front mod episode. Yes, indeed, another one after last week, where there weren't one. Hopefully should be interesting, if we can get things going. So on to the fight of the day, if Fraps wants to work with me. Yes, there we go. We shall be seeing JBConquerer and WingedQ. Come on! Never mind, we'll just call him Winged. A bit too late to sort of deal with that, my friend. They shall be all together fighting for the 4th Guards Mechanized Corps. Opposing them shall be Tuerp and Fatherglimz. Ooh, Fatherglimz is back, but has he overcome his barbed wire addiction, or does the siren song of, well, barbed wire still sing to him? Anyways, they shall be fighting for the 2nd SS Panzer Division, Das Reich. Yes, indeed, Das Reich. Oh, I love saying Das Reich. Has a certain feel to it. We are seeing Volksgrenadiers coming out there. Bike, on the other hand, out for Tuerp. We are seeing, of course, the Red Army mustering tent out there, and of course a Red Army mustering tent, and of course let us ensure, of course, there is no confusion about which army. Conscripts out there. We are seeing some command squad troops, same sort of coming out there for Winged. Engineer squad, though, coming in a bit of trouble here with a bike unit moving up there with its machine gun, getting a bit shot up though by the engineer. If I can get it to work completely stable. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 2 vs 2 with the Eastern Front mod. Yes, indeed, we're getting another episode after last week when there was nothing. I've got a bunch. Some of them were alright. Most of them were a bit, well, dull. But we got this one. We have Fatherglimz now fighting for the Germans alongside Tuerp. Combined, they make the 2nd SS Panzer Division Das Reich. Opposing them shall be WingedQ. Come on, why do people always have to take such bloody names? And we are seeing JBConquerer, both fighting for the Soviet Union. Together they make the 4th Mechanized Corps, and versus the 2nd SS Panzer Division. Pioneers marching out to the tunes of the fatherland. Dual pioneer starts from both of them, and one engineer starts from the other chaps. We're probably seeing some conscripts, a command squad, that sort of thing. No vast, huge surprises there. First squad out here is a Volksgrenadier squad, but for Tuerp we are seeing a bike instead. A bit more early harassment reconnaissance, interestingly enough. And the first conscript squad arrives. Second one, command squad, and another command squad will be arriving from there. So far, so good. Although so far there's not really been a lot going on. And there we go, conscripts coming under fire. Bike moving in for the kill, doing a bit of damage. They should be careful, I think. Engineer constantly moving from cover to cover, and we are seeing the conscripts arriving to assist. Quickly running off with the bike. Second unit is an MG42. Soviets streaming out towards the sort of edges of the map. They're not going towards the center so far. Should be interesting to see how this continues to evolve, though. No, now they're in fact hooking about towards the center. MG42 sets up. Won't be able to do much there then. Pioneers coming under fire. Volksgrenadiers quickly called into support. Second squad of Volksgrenadiers out for Fatherglimz. And the Pioneers were run off by the command squad. Almost the entire north right here is secured by Tuerp. Volksgrenadiers now trying to stop at least partially. Might want to hook up and form a more solid line. But at the same time, of course, we are seeing WingedQ moving in from the other side. One engineer squad sent off. Wiring off there, not taking points. Apparently also laying down some tank traps. Not unusual to see that there. Volkswagen's moving in against the conscripts. They need additional support. Need aid from Tuerp Fosten. Come on. And they also need some bloody cover. There we go. Third Volkswagen squad up for Fatherglimz. And of course, the way they're constantly running, they're not going to do any damage to themselves, just going to be targets. I mean, they have to be careful in these cases. Sometimes it's just better to stand your ground and gun down the opponent, just retreat completely. There we go, of course, complete waste anyways. But again, that's rather the problem again with these sort of support starts. I mean, you can really end up not being able to do anything, and again, one side basically takes all the hits. And that's currently what's happening. In fact, now his MG4 is going to get outflanked. Not really an initially good start out here by the Wehrmacht. No real proper defensive lines or indeed the front line. Again, you should be very careful about the whole sort of you start out with just going for support units, because you do risk again, if the other chaps go for a lot of infantry, that you're essentially useless. Because again, you're getting outmaneuvered because the other bastard can of course provide all the infantry needed. In this case, there does seem to be a slowdown. JBConquerer's men are taking heavy losses. Other Volkswagens are reinforcing, but they need to move quickly. So the Soviet assault, no, never mind. And of course, Tuerp Fosten, like the Tuerp he is, advances with his MG42 instead with some infantry, and of course he doesn't have any. So again, rather grand mistake right there from his side. Conscripts though quickly getting suppressed and run off though with the Volkswagen's arrival. Others getting suppressed as well. Bike getting repaired. And a sniping out from Tuerp Fosten. Actually, though, the Soviets have been able to manage to secure most of the map already. More work going on here. Perhaps some barbed wire, perhaps some sandbags, you know, to make it harder for the opponent to move about, to give you some more general cover. MG42 sitting up and could be stopping those Soviets already caught up there. Winged, careful, there we go, conscripts getting stopped. Although they clear out the MG gunner, the command squad, at least Volkswagen's moving in there to assist. Let's go look at JBConquerer this time around. Command squad, in fact, could find himself surrounded by 3 Volkswagen squads. And already there, Fatherglimz quickly moved down to the second tier and a Krieg barracks. No medic bunker, though. I think that would be a nice combination with all those Volksgrenadiers. And potentially even more infantry. Volksgrenadiers too moving in to secure the center again. But we are seeing a large push by JBConquerer towards the north. Lovely work. And again, the response from Tuerp Fosten is rather sluggish, because again, its units can't really move that fast. Again, they are support units, not infantry. So he is rather setting himself up in a poor position. And already there, Fatherglimz making mistakes. He spreads out his Volkswagens too thinly, I think. Can't quite fully support each other. Although in this case, they can somewhat lightly. And we're also seeing petrol bombs going up for JBConquerer's conscripts. Conscripts, ooh, charging in here. Flamethrowers, oh, nicely done there. There was even a mine. But a command squad moves in. And an attempt at a petrol bomb right there did not quite work out. Volkswagen is forced to pull away from WingedQ. More Volkswagen need to move up again, though. Rather wounded. MG42 cleared out. Sniper again. Oh dear, again, this is rather why you have to be careful about this. They just handed over MG42 to the Soviets within, you know, the first 10 minutes. And again, you really need to be careful when you're doing that sort of MG42 thing. It does not mean you can hold an entire part of the front yourself. It really means you have to stick close to your team, and again, that's clearly not happening. And Krieg barracks is up, but nothing is really happening for it. Bunker finally going up, though. Oh, wait, no, Grenadiers are out. Command squad, and he didn't actually bother securing the MG42. This is something that Fatherglimz quickly should do with some of his Volksgrenadiers. Reman it and turned it against the evil Soviet foe. Well, of course, the forces of JBConquerer should have been turning that MG42 against the fascist Hitlerites. Another conscript squad running into severe machine gun fire, rather punishing. Sniper out. Pack out. Going for the fuel point as well. Nice harassment. But again, the German response definitely needs to tighten up. It is way too haphazard. And definitely not focused enough at this stage. Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers taking up position against the command squad. And Strelki are now moving in, slightly more stubborn troops, more trained, I suppose, or at least less likely to get killed. Grenadiers forced away, veterans on the way, that is good. Medic bunker up, pulling in the wounded. Where's the additional infantry? Sniper just needs to fire away, but no. And wait, is this... Tuerp Fossen actually gets a half-track, I suppose that's something, except he's got no one manning it. Pulling back though towards here, good move, good move. Why did you not get the pioneers in the half-track, genius? Petrol bomb against the heavy machine gun, not bad. But again, man, that half-track turn against the enemy, and these folks need to retreat. Oh dear, this is definitely not working out very well. Medics getting gunned down, but they do manage to deliver some of the wounded. Strelki already veterans you want, getting suppressed. And Sniper is definitely not getting much done, considering there's all these targets. Definitely not really impressive. Volksgrenadiers moving out. MD42 needs to move closer. Almost one Grenadier squad out though. What is going on in the Soviet base? We're already seeing Russian tank holes. We're also seeing a Soviet support barracks up here for JBConquerer. Also one there. Could be the... Oh, he's already getting some PPSH-41s. And moving into flank with the assault submachine guns, I mean. But a nice assault force. Grenadiers are arriving to try and contain things. MD42 turns about. Another MD42 covering the entire thing. Assault Strelki with the red banners getting suppressed. Grenadiers arriving. Ooh, this is carnage. Lots of infantry, lots of death. Perhaps a grenade from the Grenadiers. More Volksgrenadiers moving in from another flank. Petrol bombs getting lobbed left and right. Looks like the Germans, the 2nd SS, do manage to get out of this one. And yes, this is, by the way, Duclair. Yes, perhaps not the most Soviet-looking map, but there you go. And there's a nice open bit there, you know, a good idea for Fatherglimz to move in his pioneers and begin taking, but again, not really happening. You know, you need to take advantage, you know, when the opponent's focusing on one place, then you move in with some minor forces to sort of begin taking territory away where he's not, and thus force him to spread out. So move it! Schnell, Männer! Perhaps also might be an idea to get veteran 2 for your infantry. And we are seeing a command squad with the PPS-43. Flame for a half-track up for Tuerp Fossen, interestingly enough. Pioneers here forgotten as well. There's a lot of units, you know, standing about doing nothing. You should try to avoid that. Always try to do something with your unit. You will generally find that if you do that, you'll overall do much more impressively. So again, you know, get moving. Schnell, schnell. Los geht's. Another tank haul up, though. This could mean, of course, some armor out from the communists. But let's go look at Tuerp Fossen. No doctrine for him as of yet. We are seeing a Sturm Armory on the way. Now we're seeing a larger movement by Fatherglimz. Still no attempt at really sneaking in there. Could do something. But at least he's cut some troops in cover. There we go. Soviet assault pushing in. Lots of submachine guns. Use cover. Flamethrowers firing it. No, don't move. Don't move. Just stick to cover. Flame for a half. Just. Oh, come on. Entdeckung, Männer. The right side of it, by the way. There we go. Forced away. Strelki coming under heavy fire. Literal fire in this case. Being burned alive with righteous German fire. And we are seeing the command squad a bit caught up in everything with some offensive veterancy for all of its troops. Clearly JBConquerer is an aggressive Soviet commander. In this case that is not enough to save him. And meanwhile conscripts getting torn to bits up in the north. 2 snipers. Oh, in fact, now the Sturm Armory is up. Perhaps a Sturmgeschütz would be an idea. Or perhaps a Markars or a Nebelwerfer for lots of things to go for. Grenadier getting sniped. Still no veterancy 2 for them. Lots of infantry, by the way. And there we go. Something is on the way. Strelki under fire from Winged. Winged Strelki under fire. Still no armor really out for either of them. I think at this stage it would really do good due to the fact there's Not an awful lot of packs, and they are also a bit awkwardly, and again, they only belong to one player, thus minimizing a bit their effectiveness at a stage, because again, one player will of course have to manage all the other things that are going on, making a bit more of a haphazard coordination. And again, I always suggest that you actually get your own goddamn anti-tank assets. Yes, the opponent teammate can always aid, but you should never fully rely on your teammate being able to just support you with anti-tank weapons. That's just asking for trouble. Veteran 2 up though for Fatherglimz's infantry. Troops here still not getting reinforced. Nicht gut. Nebelwerfer ready, though again an armored car or a Stug would be an idea, particularly now that the T-34 is arriving. The T-34, the ubiquitous workhorse of the Soviet army, is replaced by the T-34 85. The 76 and 85 rather refer to the guns caliber. Half-track running into a bit of problem, and again, note the packs were not really in any condition to provide support to the frontline troops too far back. Now the pack though is opening up on that T-34. And Fatherglimz needs to move his infantry out. He's again sort of had this sort of situation where he's basically forgotten about all of the rest and has now lost all flow instead of, you know, being able to constantly rush troops out to the front line. And now we are seeing the MG-42 in the north completely getting outmaneuvered by a vast Soviet submachine gun assault force. Snipers could be the next, although a mine is there. There we go. Snipers need to open up quickly. Far away are those vile Soviets, and also armored cars could be needed to keep the flanks clear of infantry. Soviet snipers. Come on. Armored car or a Stug, something. Grenadiers moving in from Fatherglimz to try and contain this mess. MD-42 recruit, but in the wrong direction. There we go, quickly cleared out. Nebelwerfer fire. JBConquerer, Strelki are getting murdered. And the T-34 is trying to slowly outflank. Not quite succeeding though. And the command squad was finally run off again. Medics on the move. There we go, moving in, and the bunker is just in a position where it blocks the line of fire. And I do believe we are hearing artillery. Probably called in from the command squad. Or is it on map? Yes, indeed, from a fire base. Snipers doing what they can. And now the pack is getting assaulted by the Soviet infantry. And is in fact could easily now be outrushed by the T-34, but no. But then again, it might actually need repairs first.
One of our snipers.
Sniper got killed by the Soviet. Oh, he retreats! Come on! Oh, he runs through a goddamn mine and survives. And Fatherglimz needs to get his infantry moving. Schnell. In fact, let's go have a look at him. No doctrine as of yet from either of the German players. Again, not really good. They should choose something that actually helps them in their offensive endeavors, I think, or at least one with defensive. I mean, some terror blitzkrieg at this stage, I think, would be nice. Come on, get moving. Fatherglimz. This is your SS men. There was also a T-34 that was actually sort of more for tank destroying with a 57 caliber, but it had a much higher velocity. I don't think they really were a lot of those. And generally the Soviets just went over to more directly towards tank destroyers and assault guns and such. Grenadiers not really supported. Fatherglimz though finally moving in the majority of his infantry. MG in the bunker holding up the flank nicely. Lots of Nebelwerfer fire. Again, I don't think I'm really seeing any sort of doctrine from the Soviets either. A bit tragic. Petrol bomb at the medic bunker, making things a bit unpleasant for the MG crew. Fatherglimz evacuated them. Also, do not blob up your infantry. And the MG-42 has been forgotten. Burning up alive. Tragic. Another flank by JBConquerer. No attempt really to sort of hold up this area. Things are clearly outpacing the Germans with all that infantry. And with Fatherglimz basically doing all the infantry fighting, which again is not really working out too well. And again, I mean, largely, Tuerp Forsten is just like a Tuerp doing all the support work, and is thus overall not really adding much. Because again, he can't add any direct pressure, and he's largely left to a sort of more reactive stage, which again is not necessarily the best stage. Artillery getting called in on the Grenadiers, and Fatherglimz advancing. Some mortar rounds doing a bit of nice damage there. Sniper pushed away. So far they managed to hold. T-34 repaired by some mechanics. Of course, there's the breakthrough doctrine. T-34 though coming under fire from the pack. No Panzergrenadiers really there, but there we go. Arriving. Defensive doctrine up for Fatherglimz. Perhaps some terror could have worked. We inspired assault, which increases the damage of all infantry done, I think. And also the Panzergrenadiers, but right defensive then. At least you've gone for something. Now just use it properly. Retreat. And again, with the MG42 cleared out, there's going to be a rather bit of difficulty holding up the assault there, but a nice Needle River barrage does something. Yet they still charge through, so never mind. But not a lot of armor either, so I mean, it seems a bit like a wasted use of Russian tank hull. Troops otherwise waiting up. Conscripts getting pinned, Grenadiers moving up and finding themselves in what you'd call an unpleasant situation as hordes of Russian infantry with submachine guns charge in. Grenadiers holding out next to the medic bunker, but they are going to get outmaneuvered very soon. They need to retreat. And again, where is the support? And where are the combat units from Tuerp Forsten? He needs something that can actually fight the enemy. Flame for a half-track rushes in to try and stop this. Pack getting cleared out. There we go, the flame for a half-track moves in, burning up some communists. Come on, snipers, shoot them! Oh, damn it. And looks like Fatherglimz is now getting some light machine guns as well. Nice, and he's also got a flag up. Let's return to wing, though. Hitting a mine as he advances. Grenadiers might want to move up here. And remember, the LMG-42 cannot fire on the move. You need to stand still before it actually works. So, you know, the idea is not necessarily to move up close to the enemy at first stage. Sort of within a decent range. There we go, though. Guards are now out for JBConquerer, some Guards infantry, which basically a title handed out to divisions which did alright. There's some confusion as to whether it actually meant they got some better equipment or not. Some probably did, others probably didn't either. Grenadiers though need to retreat. Heavy sniper find other nasty things. Another bunker up now from Tuerp Forsten. Flame for half-track keeping the flank covered. Flak firing away. No armor as of yet, so it's a rather pointless thing. And again, they're not really using much armor either. And again, Tuerp Forsten is rather limited in his usefulness. Because again, he's not really got a lot of infantry on the field, if any, and he's not really getting much out of his snipers either, so I mean his effectiveness is greatly limited, which I do find distressing. And again, it rather leaves the burden of all the fighting on the shoulders of Fatherglimz. Grenade from the Guards on the Grenadiers, killing two outright. Nice. T-34 charging in. Now with the flak cleared out, but there's still a pack and a lot of Panzergrenadiers. Soviets are gaining a lot of territory. The Germans need to pull off a proper attack now. Panzer Command going up for Tuerp Forsten. I worry if this will actually amount to anything, considering again he's largely been passive. Grenadiers need to retreat. Larger assault moving in towards the north. Not entirely sure what he's hoping to achieve. I think they should be trying to push through here and secure some resources and such. And again, widen the front. Not entirely sure what he was hoping to achieve with all those Needle River rockets out into the bloody nowhere. And some Volkskriegs getting caught here by the men of JBConquerer, punishing the fascist Hitlerites. Guards now equipped with this shock guards now arriving with his SBT forces. Not entirely sure there's actually anything ever called a shock guard. I know there were shock armies, which were largely infantry armies with a lot of artillery. I don't think there was any sort of shock guard armies, but there you go. Trying to hold up here, although an LMG would in this case actually work nicely. Pack cleared up by artillery snipers. Again, finding away but not really achieving much. And the guards also have a light machine gun, gaining veteran lead one in the process, getting sniped a bit, but they do manage to get out of there. Soviet sniper now. WingedQ men are moving in. Still not a lot of armor. Quite a bit of resources being floated, which is not good. Come on, Fatherglimz, forwards. And also you, Tuerp Forsten, you need to do some damage for heaven's sake. You're actually currently being more a burden than an aid. Need a fine response. Guards coming under grenade fire. T-34 rolls in. Lots of Nebelwerfer fire. Several hit the T-34. Don't really do a lot of damage. But the nearby infantry getting suppressed. Murdered. The mechanics are on fire. They were not trained for this. And in fact, down to one man. Rather quickly, rather nicely. And it is continuing to amount finally, but again I think only one squad should be left for this. Perhaps a full scale squad while the Grenadiers push towards the front. And now Panzer Command going up for Fatherglimz as well. Still no armor, I think, from that Panzer Command. There we go, though. A Panther has arrived. Also veterancy will be necessary. Tuerp Forsten, get some veterancy. Schnell. Medic bunker still standing, though could probably use some repairs. So it's now sneaking through here again. Leaving Tuerp Forsten to deal with this, and again his forces are not really built for this. Which again is a bit of a problem for him. Fatherglimz marching towards the centre, has to be careful, although he could sneak in some Panzergrenadiers and try and knock out the T-34. Shock guards en masse moving in, plus some regular guards. Grenadiers caught out in the open, where are... And again, the LMG chaps are not there, so now they're of course going to get outmaneuvered in and more. There we go, though they got the T-34. And let's go look at JBConquerer. Tons of infantry, tons of guards, tons of resources. Still no doctrine from either player. Not really inspiring. Grenadiers just need to retreat, although it looks like they're hoping for the half-track to arrive with some flames to burn the communists, the Bolsheviks. And there we go, burning away. 11 kills. Panther arrives as well, though not really the most optimal thing against infantry. Does an alright job, but again, Grenadiers just need to retreat. Get them out of there, Fatherglimz. Just leave. Another Panther for Fatherglimz, but what about something to deal with all the goddamn infantry? And again, Panthers are not expert at dealing with this. They can in a certain nice manner, but they are not really as effective as Panzer Force or an Ostwind. So get a few Panzer Force out, you silly gits. Of course, the Panther's handling everything on its own. IS-2s are on the way. Surprise, surprise. Because again, the pressure towards the infantry has not been strong enough. And again, the Germans are losing more and more ground. And again, Fatherglimz has the bastard left to sort of hold up everything together, and it's not really doing well. Because again, Tuerp Forsten is not really much of aid again with only support units. In fact, both machine guns are now in fact gone because they had no organic infantry to support them. Ostwind though moves in. That's a small victory, I suppose. Engineering squad down for JBConquerer. And just hordes of Grenadiers and a Panther joining in now, marching out to stop the Soviet advance. Not entirely sure it will be enough for the 2nd SS. Snipers run off and sniped in the back. 2 snipers out now for Winged. And what is Fatherglimz doing? He's splitting up the blob a bit, but not really achieving much maneuverability or finesse with it. Lots of grenadiers swimming in, lots of light machine guns. Just stand still, for heaven's sake. You get the most out of the LMGs when you stand still. They do not fire on the move. And OP on the observation munitions point, nice there. Ostwind scares away the Soviet hounds, and IS-2 moves north, and we're seeing another one in the base of Winged. And Veteran 2 already up for Tuerp Fosten's armor. That is something. Lots of artillery, lots of infantry, a bit of armor. And again, stand still with the MG for it to fire. There we go. Move up the rest of the grenadiers. Come on. Move up the rest. Place them up in good positions of cover instead of the open. Grenadiers grenading. Soviet infantry coming under heavy fire. Push, for heaven's sake. And now we are seeing a Soviet assault going up in the north. Lots of submachine guns. IS-2 leads the way, and there's absolutely nothing to really stop it there, of course, because most of the armor has now shifted towards the south, but there's another IS-2 waiting. Panzergrenadiers, come on, move in the Panthers quickly. Schnell, schnell. Guards taking up position in the house, opening up on the Grenadiers. This is nice. And again, these Grenadiers are not moving at all. Come on. Los gates. But again, it might just be that Fatherglimz has too much infantry to actually manage, due to the fact that he has to control all the infantry of this fight. Again, that's also, you know, something to keep in mind. That's also, again, why I split up, so we can actually both, you know, properly manage it. And clearly, I mean, Fatherglimz cannot properly manage all of this infantry. I think the IS-2 went down. I cannot see the wreck anyways. Ooh, awfully close to the fire base. Do they have any artillery they can call in? It's a rocket barrage. IS-3 arriving now for Winged. Although this Panther is heavily damaged, might get knocked out even. Another fire base, but no artillery, it looks like, from either player. Panthers just need to retreat. They need Panzergrenadiers and packs to support them. More flak, come on, and Germans just need to take some points quickly, advance, and put up a proper front line. Looking at Tuerp Fosten, he has gone terror. He can call in a King Tiger even, if he had the population cap, but again, he doesn't have the infantry, can't control the map, so again, he doesn't have the population. And again, Fatherglimz is too occupied with a lot of other things to actually take points. This is not really working out well. This is a poor distribution of things, and this is definitely not how teamwork is supposed to be. Teamwork means you're coordinating not both forces, not that you take on two separate roles and then doing a poor job. It means having two forces distinct, but still, you know, forces with some clearly distinct, you know, capabilities, but not that one guy goes for support and the other one doesn't, and goes for all the infantry, which he can't mismanage. And that's poor distribution. And now Tuerp Fosten, of course, is forced to get some nice cross. He should have had something out much earlier. IS-2 though down, I think, but Tuerp Fosten's armor is definitely in a poor condition. Repair bank will be needed. IS-3 advancing, taking fire from packs and Panzergrenadiers. Command squad taking heavy fire from flamethrowers and Knight's Cross with assault rifles. Winged just pushing on, and still no doctrine for JBConquerer. Pack now getting outmaneuvered. Where's the support for these troops? They're just getting out crushed by the guards and Strelki. Again, not really functional at all. And I think Fatherglimz actually suffered some infantry losses, because again, he has to manage so much over such a broad front, and he can't. Flamethrowers trying to sort of burn the Soviets away, but there's simply too many Grenadiers getting run off. And now, of course, the IS-3 has the half-track in sight, and looks like a King Tiger has been called in. Königs Tiger arriving. Panther getting repaired. IS-2, and now a ISU 152, meaning, of course, that JBConquerer has also gone for the breakthrough. Definitely looking pretty grim for the Germans. Grenadier squad knocked out. Germans have pretty much lost the entire map. Again, what happens when one players go for support? And again, Tries to hold one part of the map. That doesn't work. You need infantry. You need boots on the ground to hold the support units there to support infantry, not try to hold out on their own. And as you might have noticed, that clearly did not work out. And again, that left Fatherglimz to manage to hold too much infantry, and clearly he couldn't manage it. He constantly forgot about units, had them standing about, doing nothing, got them killed. Really, this is not how you're supposed to be running a team game. And if you think it is, then you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you are. You need to be able to manage two separate forces. Yes, you can have some things where one force is better than the others, but still, there need to be two separate, independent forces capable of actions on their own. And then you're supposed to be supporting each other and helping and making larger movements through that. Not, you know, run about and do things rubbishly, like in this case. I assume moving out with some Soviet infantry in support. King Tiger advances. Panther need repairs. Snipers opening up on the Grenadiers. No counter sniper. Snipers just getting away. IS-3 pulling away. Mechanics of course nearby to assist. North is also largely lost. Fatherglimz got two Panthers. He could of course try and use them. IS-3 retreating, and again the IS-3 did not fight in World War II, and it was essentially just an IS-2 with thicker armor. That was about it. Hack firing away. Soviet infantry force away with the propaganda war. Panthers heading northward. Still Panthers still not being repaired. A repair bunker would help a bit. Would mean you wouldn't have to manage the Pioneers to have your armor repaired. That is rather the advantage of it. But it means you have something else to manage instead. Panthers are moving in. They have to be a bit careful. An IS-2 and of course the ISU 152. Grenadiers need to be careful. They're clumped up, and there we go. Just getting hammered, slaughtered, murdered. Need to pick up the LMG, father. Pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, for heaven's sake. Instead, he leaves behind an LMG 42 for the Soviets to secure. Panther down, not really doing too well. Where was the rest of the support? Again, unsupported action, rushing in armor on its own. Not really how you're supposed to be doing this. He's got tons of manpower, but he's not even using it. Oh, dear. Apparently he's used some rockets somewhere, but no idea where. Clearly not on the IS-3, though. There we go. IS-2 down, but there's still the ISU 152 versus the Panther, and the Panther's taking heavy damage due to the sheer force of it. And Pack got cleared up. Pioneers need to retreat. King Tiger suffering a bit. Everyone's generally suffering a bit in this fight. Main gun destroyed, and this is going to be another tank down. Finally, repair bunker up for Tuerp Foster. Immediately says about repairing the flamethrower half-track. Not that it needs it really. Another bunker going up. A desperate attempt now, of course, to get all the repair bunkers up, but again, not really working. Nitro of course charging in, going to clear out the mechanics, ensuring that the IS-3 cannot be repaired fully. Quickly just repair the King Tiger. And get that Panther up. If you don't have it there, you're going to lose the King Tiger. Then you're really in trouble. Get some packs up, father. There we go, repair Pioneers moving in, but there's snipers on the way as well. Panther finally decides to move in. Pioneers, Grenadiers, what few remains now after that large force, but again, all is lost. IS-3 almost down. Push in, come on, you can do it, hunt it down. There we go, re-armor hit, a few more hits, and this could be it. An IS-3 down, which would definitely be a huge thing, but no. Armor is definitely in no condition to do so. Tragic. But I mean, from the Soviets, we've seen some great execution of infantry assaults, you know, attacking from different points as well, not just charging in at one stage. And again, both players had a lot of infantry, but again, they could manage them because again, they had enough for it themselves. and not sort of trying to manage 2 armies' amount of infantry. So in that sense, it worked out much more nicely. Artillery now going in against the Grenadiers, trying to hunt down the IS-3. The IS-3 makes it back safely. And there we go. Guards equipped with a light machine gun, though they are currently getting burned alive. King Tiger getting repaired as swiftly as can. And that Panther's not even been repaired. Oh dear. Pack's getting out finally. Barely any fuel. So there's barely any chance of getting a Panther out. Finally getting some packs and Grenadiers again. Again, severe losses. And again, due to a poor role distribution, due to poor force combination. Well, force composition was actually more the word I was looking for. More Grenadiers on the way, registered artillery going in somewhere. Against the Strelki trying to take a point here. Actually taking some nasty losses. Almost dead in fact, but not quite. King Tiger once more finds itself advancing to the front. Some shock guards, shockingly equipped with lots of automatics. Grenadiers heading southwards. In this case, they should be focusing on forces, move the packs up. Schnell, schnell. Panther's still not been repaired. What the devil's going on here? And flak going up there in a desperate attempt to hold the Soviet tide by Fatherglimz. Flugzeugabwehrkanone. Will it be enough? I doubt it. Just over tasking his Grenadiers at the moment, which could of course result in them getting knocked out each by themselves. IS-3 almost ready again to haunt the dreams of the Germans. And there we go, the Panther is down again. It was not repaired. Sorry for Flaps acting out a bit. Flak ready. Ah, come on. Can we finally get some stability? Come on. Just work, for heaven's sake. There we go. No. IS-3, though, a bit too close now, within the range of the flak. 88 shells hammering into the side. We are seeing an anti-tank gun moving up. Grenadiers, though, of course, getting pushed away, not within range to support each other, where there's so much Soviet infantry, which is rather necessary. IS-3 pulls out. King Tiger taking heavy damage. Might even go down. Pack firing away. Flak firing away. Sturmovie Engineering, the Sturmovie, the Assault Engineers. IS-2 went down again. ISU 152 could go down. And it did enter the river. Hooray, now so for someone to salvage all of this stuff for munitions. Not really the most encouraging battlefield for the Germans at the moment. Now getting a mortar for some bizarre reason. And looks like Fatherglimz barbed wire addiction finally kicked in. Another wave of Strelki. Pack uncloaked and pointing in the wrong direction even. Hilarious, and once more that flamethrower half-track, which somehow has survived for most of this fight, but has not even been given one stripe of veterancy, and inspired assault goes up, but for some reason in the mod it actually causes this sort of weird bar to appear on top of them. No idea why. But they do manage to do a bit of damage there and clear out some troops. Interestingly enough, Fatherglimz has not trained Knights Cross, despite having, you know, the Panzer Command and the veterancy for them to really take advantage of it. That's a bit weird, actually. Trying to take, and of course getting sniped. Those snipers are not really, well, some has been killed. The Grenadiers now of course forced to retreat, might have been killed on the retreat. King Tide once more being pulled together. So it's basically just needs to hold on. And largely the entire German positions are so far removed from the victory points they can't really do much. So, I mean, that's not really a problem for the Soviet 4th Mechanized Corps. So 2nd SS has rather fumbled into a bad position in this fight. And artillery moving in, and no surprise there. Knights Cross now suddenly veterancy free for Tuerp Fosten fighting the fight over here. Assault going in against all of these Sturmovie Ingenieure. Ooh, nice clumped up force there, nice target. Now just lots of Knights Cross all of a sudden in a bizarre last ditch attempt. A bit too late, one Knights Cross squad already lost. More assault grenades, veterancy 2 for a lot of units. Just this huge assault force. And the Sturmovie were essentially Soviet assault engineers equipped with what amounts to a breastplate which could protect them against 9mm bullets, which didn't really protect them much against MG42s or rifles, but still did provide some protection. And are basically tasked with assaulting the most heavily fortified positions. Half track down finally to the guards. Knights Cross charging in, and finally we got that. Apparently it had been haunting their dreams a bit. Grenade against the Knights Cross, and they are retreated. Small German counterattack, although rather more local. And now Red Band strategy up for WingedQ as well. And we are seeing airstrikes getting called in. Flak tries to stop it, but it's not enough. Grenade, in fact, Tiger in a bit of trouble. Nebelwerfers. IS-3 not really doing much. Oh, Sturmovie down! Ooh, that... But there you go. First time I actually managed to catch a plane as it was hit and went down. That was pretty impressive. And I hope you'll agree. And I think it actually hit the IS-3. As the IS-3 has suddenly taken a huge hit in health. So that's certainly a bit fun right there. And again, a bit of a rarity, but certainly a fun rarity. Grenadiers trying to take that central victory point, but they're just getting absolutely murdered. And now completely sniped out murdered. Knights Cross are advancing. Knights Cross being streamed out. Tuerp Fosten again is pretty much spent. And they are pretty much just draining out of victory points at this stage. And a Sturmovie assault. Moving in. Nebelwerfer was called in a blockade artillery maneuver to sort of block the Soviets from moving in, but they are quickly outmaneuvering over the right flank. Or the left flank, whatever. Snipers also joining in. IS-3 has not been repaired, but the flak's actually firing on the IS-2. Pack cleared out. Flak going to get cleared out now, indeed. I do apologize for all this. Grenades. Ooh, satchel charge is actually going to clear out the flak instead of turning against the German masters. There we go. The flak is out. A few more Knights Cross being thrown into the meat grinder. Machine guns firing away. But too little, too late. Knights Cross getting sniped, getting murdered. Another ISU 152 getting called in. But I would say this is pretty much GG. Game over. Another Sturmovie move. This time with nothing to shoot down. The aircraft. Nebelwerfer's getting murdered. And I think Fatherglimz has pretty much nothing left. He's got so overextended. He's dead. Another Nebelwerfer crew went down. Artillery going in. No, never mind. That's the ISU 152. One push from the Soviets, and this could pretty much be the end of it. More artillery. Death. Knight's Cross getting killed just as soon as they exit the building, even, apparently. Tragic. But let's just say this is GG before Fraps decides to make another messy move. And I mean, the reason for this is again rather obvious. Poor sort of roll division again. They sort of feed, oh, let's just go one old Soviet support units, try to hold one half of the map while the other tries to take the rest of the map using only infantry, and then end up with having so much infantry, can't manage it. Again, had they sort of, you know, both gone for infantry and support units, but sort of said, okay, one sort of goes for this while the other goes for this in terms of rolls, and they might have performed better. Because again, they could have managed, they could have kept their own flank secure, and again they didn't, and rather the Soviets took advantage of that with a larger, much larger infantry force. And that is what went wrong. The Soviets simply had so much infantry, and again, the Germans just couldn't manage it, again with one only being support units, so he couldn't really react to it properly. He constantly got outflanked, constantly got outmaneuvered because he had no infantry to protect his own flanks. I mean, there was a lot of things really going wrong there for the Germans, and there was some poor coordination, and no rolls, and also some pretty poor tactics. But again, it was rather poor roll divisions, rather than either player simply couldn't do their jobs properly, or fight properly even. So there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Bill Dane saying cheers.